Hello, my friend. Welcome to day 15. We are officially in our final week of the Align program. Today's practice is an energizing flow that invites you back to a natural state of balance. Use the tools of your yoga practice to let it help you find a balance and ease between the push and the pull of everyday life. I encourage you to find a sense of you as you explore and grow your home practice, and that just basically means find what feels good in your body without worrying too much about what it looks like. Holding grace for yourself and space when you step onto your mat, and understanding that your poses may look different today than they did yesterday, and probably different from what they'll look like tomorrow. This practice dives in full on so that you can truly understand and experience what a working balance feels like at this stage of your journey and in your life. You already have absolutely everything that you need. All you need to do is find the courage and the time. So whenever you're ready, arrive on your mat and just let it happen. We are going to begin today in a standing pose, Tadasana, at the top of our mat. We'll check in with the foundation, so ground down through all four corners of the feet and draw up through the arches of the feet. Our legs are nice and engaged, lifting the kneecaps, pelvis engaged, palms facing forward. Roll the shoulders down the back, lifting the chest slightly, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, and stacking the head over the heart, heart over the pelvis. Keeping a nice buoyancy in the knees so we're not locking or hyperextending in the knees. On an inhale, we'll send both hands out either side, bringing them up overhead, palms together. Exhale, leading with the chest, we're folding forward, Uttanasana. Keep a bend in the knees in your forward fold, especially if this is your first movement for the day. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthening the spine. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms on either side of the feet, and one foot followed by the next. We'll step it back to our plank. Inhale, we'll lower the knees to the mat. Hugging the elbows in, we'll lower the chest and the chin. Exhale, release fully to the floor. Pressing into the tops of the feet, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale to your cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, we'll press it up and back, downward facing dog. Again, keeping a bend in the knees here and starting to pedal out our feet. On our next inhale, we'll sweep our right toes up towards the sky, lifting that right leg nice and high. On the exhale, we'll bend that knee as we hug it all the way through the center line of the mat and step it up at the top. You can come up onto the fingertips here if you need a little additional room. Lower the left knee, untuck the left toes. We'll plant the left hand in line with the sole of the right foot, and on our inhale, sweep our right fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, we'll float the right hand down. And on our next inhale, we'll sweep both hands up and overhead, coming to our nice low lunge. Exhale, bring the hands to heart. Take a nice deep breath in here as we check in with the foundations, front knee over front ankle, and hips are nice and square to the front, so pull the right hip crease back if you need to. On our exhale, we'll twist open to the right, the left elbow hooking on the outside of the right knee, and pressing the palms together, trying to get them back to heart center. Take a nice deep breath in, squeezing the thighs together. Inhale, come back up to center. And release. Release the hands down either side. And inhale, we'll sweep them up and overhead for our low lunge one more time. Exhale, send them both down to frame the front foot. Tuck the left toes under and pick up the left knee. Step the right toes back to your plank. Inhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Exhale, release fully to the ground. Inhale to your cobra, Bhujangasana, pressing into the tops of the feet, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Exhale, pressing it up and back, downward facing dog. Again, paddling out the feet here. And on our next inhale, we'll sweep the left leg up towards the sky, lifting it nice and high. Exhale, bending that left knee, drawing it all the way up the center and planting it at the top of the mat. Lower the right knee, untuck the right toes. Plant the right hand in line with the sole of the left foot, and on your inhale, sweep the left fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, float them back down. Inhale, we'll rise both hands up and overhead, coming to our low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Hug the low ribs in if you feel them splaying out. Exhale, hands to heart. Checking in with the foundations as we breathe in, front knee over front ankle, hips are nice and square. Exhale, we're twisting open to the left, so the right elbow hooks on the outside of the left knee. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, come back up to center, release the hands down either side. Inhale, sweep both hands up and overhead. Exhale, send them down to frame the front foot. Pick up the right foot and step the left foot back to your plank. Inhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Exhale, fully to the ground. Squeeze those shoulder blades together as if a $1 is just sitting there and you need to hold it so it won't fall. Inhale to your cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, press it up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet again. And on our next inhale, we'll send our gaze up towards the top of the mat. Bend the knees and come up onto the tippy toes and take a nice big step or hop up to the top. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the spine, make space between the ears and the shoulders. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, sending both hands out either side, bringing them up overhead. Exhaling the hands down to the heart. We'll just walk our two big toes together, leaving a little space behind by the heels. And on our inhale, we'll sit into our chair pose. Sit a little deeper. And on our exhale, we'll fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms and step or hop it back to your plank. From here, we'll try a chaturanga variation. So, hugging those elbows in, we'll shift forward onto our tippy toes, and keeping those elbows squeezed in, we'll turn our abs on as we slowly lower all the way down to the ground. Flip onto the tops of the feet, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale, press it up and back, downward facing dog. On our inhale, we'll sweep the right toes up towards the sky. Exhale, draw it all the way through, stepping it up to the top. Inhale, we'll lift all the way up to our high crescent lunge, bringing the hands up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, checking in with our foundations, front knee over front ankle. Be mindful of if you're dumping in that front knee, and pull that right hip crease back. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale again, taking our twist. So left elbow hooks on the outside of the right knee, pressing those palms together, trying to get them back as close to heart center as we can, squeezing the thighs together, back heel pulling us to the back of the room. Take a nice deep breath in here, find your balance. Exhale, come back to center, release the hands down to either side. Inhale, we'll sweep them up and overhead one last time. And on our exhale, we'll twist open to the right, sending the left hand in front, right hand behind. Inhale, sweep them both up overhead. And exhale, send them down to frame the right foot. Step it back to your plank. Chaturanga variation. Shift forward onto your tippy toes. Hug those elbows in. Turn those abs on as you lower nice and slow with control all the way down to the ground. Inhale to Bhujangasana, Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Pedal it out here for one full breath. And on our next inhale, we'll sweep the left foot up towards the sky. Exhale, draw it all the way through the center line, stepping it up at the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep both hands up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Checking in with the front foundations. Left foot is nice and strong. Right foot, heel is pulling us to the back of the room. Hips are square to the front of the mat. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, we'll take a twist open to the left. Right elbow hooks on the outside of the left knee and pressing those palms together. Squeezing those thighs together, finding your balance. Take a nice full breath in. And exhale, come back up to center. Inhale, sweep both hands up and overhead. Exhale, twisting open to the left. Right hand in front, left hand behind. Inhale, sweep them all the way back up. Exhale, send them down to frame the left foot. Step it back to your plank. Chaturanga, shift forward onto the toes. Hug everything in as you slowly lower it down to the ground. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale to your down dog. Pedal out the feet here. And on your next inhale, send your gaze up towards the top of the mat. Bend the knees and step or hop it up. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Grounding down through all four corners of the feet. We'll inhale, root to rise, sending the hands out either side, bringing them up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. We can release our hands to our hips here as we prepare for our Vrikshasana, tree pose. That was my knee that just cracked. So we're grounding down through all four corners of the feet, pressing into the big toe ball mound, pinky ball mound, the inside of our heel, and the right outside of our heel. Drawing the energy up from our arches, so we're standing nice and strong here in our Tadasana, hands on hips. Really press your weight into your left leg as you slowly come up onto your right big toe. And inhale, lifting that right knee all the way up, one-legged Tadasana. When you found your balance, maybe you find something that's not moving to look at. You can take your right foot and place it on the inside of your left thigh, calf, or ankle, keeping the toes on the ground for some added stability. Friendly reminder that we're not placing the foot over the left knee because our knees are not weight bearing, and over time it will cause damage to our knees. So when you found your tree pose, focusing on the balance, the connection of the sole of the foot pressing into the thigh and the thigh pressing straight back into the foot, creating our own balance. Nice strong left leg. You can bring your hands to heart when you're ready. Awesome. On our next inhale, we'll pick up the right foot and come back to our one-legged Tadasana. From here, we'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh and open that right knee up, coming into this nice figure 4 position. Take a nice full breath in, and on your exhale, we'll sit back into our standing pigeon. So making sure that our hips are nice and square, being mindful of if we're dipping in one hip and just bringing it back to center. Getting a nice opening in the right hip as we strengthen the left leg. Hands to heart still. Beautiful. On our next inhale, we'll straighten the left leg as we pick up the right leg and come back to our one-legged Tadasana. Release the hands out either side, and we'll just extend or pivot the right hand out to the side. As if you're a cater waiter, you're holding your tray and you're just serving it out to the right. We'll send that right knee all the way back, and we'll just take hold of the sole of the foot, getting that nice quad stretch, a standing quad stretch. Standing nice and strong in the left leg. Whenever you're ready, press the top of the right foot into your hand as you bring that knee up behind you, shifting your front body forward, keeping the hips square to the ground. And you can extend the left hand out in front of you, taking a mudra, so bringing your thumb and index finger together, extending the other 3 fingers, our nice dancer pose. Awesome. Take a nice deep breath in. And on our exhale, we'll simply release the right hand, bringing it to our hip and stepping it back to our high lunge. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll take our prayer twist again, so take a nice full deep breath in. And exhale, twisting open to the left. Right elbow hooks on the outside of the left knee, pressing those palms together, squeezing the thighs together. Inhale, full breath in. Exhale, come back up, high lunge. Inhale, we'll sweep the hands up and overhead, and growing nice and strong in the left leg, we'll shift our weight into the left foot as we pick up the right foot and send our front body forward, extending our hands out, keeping the hips nice and square, toes pointed down to the ground. Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Take a full breath in here. And exhale, we'll step it all the way back up to our Tadasana, mountain pose. Give your legs a great big shake here. If you found that was particularly heavy on the left foot, you can pick it up and do some ankle circles. And we'll just prepare to do this nice balancing flow on our other foot. So, finding somewhere to look at, something that's not moving. We're coming back to our Tadasana, grounding down through all 4 corners of the feet. Big toe ball mound, pinky ball mound, inside of the heel, outside of the heel, and drawing up through the arches of our feet. Palms are facing forward, stacking the head over the heart, heart over the pelvis. Shifting our weight into our right leg, slowly coming up onto the left big toe. When you're ready, we'll inhale that left knee all the way up, one-legged Tadasana. And as you've got your focal point, you're ready for your balancing posture, you can take your tree pose. Again, friendly reminder that we're not placing it over the knee. We don't want to cause damage. And again, holding space for ourselves if our practice doesn't quite look how we want it to. If we want our tree to be super high, but we're really only comfortable and can really only hold our balance on our calf, that's perfectly okay. Just coming to wherever our tree is, whatever it looks like today. Focusing on the balance rather than the look of the pose. The feeling and the connection over the aesthetics. You can bring your hands to heart here. Again, just focusing on sending that left leg straight into the right thigh, really pressing in. And the right thigh is nice and active too, pressing straight back into the sole of the foot. Strong right leg, grounding down through all 4 corners of the foot. When we're ready, one full breath in, and we'll just pick up that left leg, bring it back to our one-legged Tadasana. Really getting the balance going, turn those abs on. From here, we'll cross the left ankle over the right thigh and open up that left hip out to the left side, coming into our figure 4 position. Take a full breath in. And exhale, we'll sit into our standing pigeon. So bending that right knee, sitting nice and deep, but keeping the hips nice and square, being mindful of if we're dipping in the knee or if our knee is up too high, and just trying to open it out, feeling that nice stretch in the left hip as we strengthen the right leg. Awesome. On our next inhale, we'll take a full breath in, and exhale, we'll straighten the right leg and come back to our one-legged Tadasana. Release the hands down to either side, and again with our Keter waiter. So if you want to just inhale up to the elbow, imagine you have a tray, you're balancing a tray of plates, and we're opening it up to the side. We'll send that left foot back, and we'll just take hold of the top of the left foot, pressing the left foot into the palm. We'll open it all the way out, sending the front body forward, lifting that back foot. Taking a mudra with the right hand, index and thumb come together, extending the other 3 fingers out. Nice and strong in the right leg in our dancer pose here. Hips are square to the ground. Beautiful. We'll release the left hand and we'll step the left foot all the way back, coming to our nice high lunge. Inhale, sweeping the hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Check in with the foundations. Widen your stance if you need to. Bend into that front knee. Full breath in. Hips are nice and square. Exhale, we'll take our prayer twist, opening up to the right. Left elbow hooks on the outside of the right knee. Squeezing the palms together. Squeezing the thighs together. Take a full breath in. And exhale, come all the way back up to center. Inhale, sweep both hands up and overhead, and growing nice and strong in the right leg, we're going to shift into our warrior 3. So lift that left leg up, keeping the hips nice and square, and shifting the front body forward, sending the hands out with us, coming into like a nice T. Imagine a capital T where our hands and our left leg are the top of the T, and our body and our right leg is the body of the T. Beautiful. One breath in here. And exhale, we'll step that left leg up to our Tadasana. Warrior pose. Mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the hands up and overhead. Palms come together. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. And again, inhale, sweep the hands up and overhead. Nice stretch. Really reach for the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms and we'll step it back to our plank. Beautiful. Once we're in our plank, on our next inhale, lower both knees down to the ground, and we're going to take an extended child's pose here. So we'll walk the knees out as wide as the mat, bring the 2 big toes to touch in the center of the mat. Extend the hands out towards the front of your mat and send the hips all the way back, melting the chest down and bringing the forehead down to kiss the earth. I hope this practice challenged you. I hope you invited a stillness and a balance to your life. But the most important thing to remember from our practice today is that we are working to find a balance that suits us. And it may not be what we had envisioned at the start of our Align program. Maybe it looks a little different, and maybe it's time for us to accept that and to reimagine what a successful balance looks like for us. So it may not be doing an hour-long yoga practice followed by 15 minutes of journaling every single day. It may just be 10 minutes of stretching and a gratitude practice in your mind. Be open to absolutely anything, and remember, we're here to create a balance that works for us. We don't want it to be something that's going to be really difficult that we can't really achieve every day. And it's okay if we take smaller steps every day towards our goals to create balance.